I keep doing it. I can't help myself. I keep self-sabotaging. I thought by now, 7 years after the divorce, maybe I would have figured it out by now. I am happy with where I am, what I've accomplished. I do feel like I am in a great spot. But when I look back at all the things that I self-sabotage on today and in the past, I feel like I should be way ahead of where I am. I have friends that don't do any self-development. They don't try to improve themselves. And they're pretty much still where they are. That's fine. But I have other friends who never self-sabotage. They always stick to their plan. They're very focused. They have that image of themselves that is succeeding. And they're way ahead of where I am, where I feel I could be if I would just stop self-sabotaging myself. This is something I've been dealing with ever since I was a kid. I didn't really recognize it as self-sabotage. I think I just had very low confidence and didn't know what I was doing. But I remember being in school, I would get good grades. And once I got to such a level, I didn't feel worthy of, I didn't feel I could ever be the best in my class. So I would stop studying, I would stop trying. So I would just stay very average. I didn't want to excel because I didn't want the attention. I wanted to stay as average as possible, just be in the background, just ignored. I'm not worthy of your attention. That was just with school. That was with your grades. When I was making friends, I would make some friends, but I didn't want to make too many friends. I didn't want to be too popular. I wanted to still stay invisible. So once I made a couple friends, then I would isolate myself from other people, or I would find ways to maybe just not be friends with them anymore. I don't know. This happened a lot in my marriage. I've talked about red flags that I've ignored. I knew a lot that I didn't like in my relationship, but I stayed married anyways because I would get to a point where I was doing well, but I didn't feel like I deserved anything better. I was where I was. I was with the woman I was with. I thought she was much hotter than me. And at that point in my life, beauty was more important to me than anything because I wanted it to look, because outside appearances matter to me. If I'm with a good-looking woman, that makes me valuable. But I didn't really enjoy the relationship all that much. There was a lot of tension, a lot of us putting up with each other. It wasn't a lot of connection, and I guess we did get along a lot. People would say that we loved each other, but there was just so much negativity and just difficulty. It was not an easy relationship. Very much negative, very much a stressor. Every time I would come home, I would just be grateful for some time to myself. And I'm sure she felt the same way. I was not easy to live with. I'm not saying I was. But when the relationship was going well, I would self-sabotage that too. We would be doing well for a while, and I would get to a point where I'm just like, okay, well, everything's good. Maybe it's too good. And then I remember one time things were going great. She went to her mother's. We were having a very good day. And when she left, I was like, finally some free time to myself. And I decided for the first time, since we were married, I think we were married at this point 3 years, 2 years, something like that. I decided it'd be a good idea to look up porn. And I knew her thoughts on nudity in movies. I knew that she was very upset by this. And when she immediately found out, she called me that night. I went out with a buddy that night because she went to her mom's. It was the first night out I was out in a long time too. And I immediately betrayed her trust because I guess I was just waiting for an excuse to sabotage something. Things were too good. I don't really know what I was thinking. It's not like I was unhappy with our sex life, really. I think I just wanted to maybe punish myself, or I just didn't feel worthy of things being so good. So I found ways to fuck it up. This happened several times. Porn was never a huge issue, but that was the start. That got she lost a lot of trust in me. She thought it was cheating. I don't know your guys' opinion on it, but it was not it was definitely a self-sabotage. I noticed it immediately, and I did this throughout the Air Force as well. I would do well in honor guard, and then I would just start slacking because I was getting too much attention, and I just wanted to be ignored. I didn't feel like I was worthy of being the best in the Air Force. Like, who the fuck am I? I'm just some shithead from Wisconsin. Like, I don't have the confidence to actually excel in the military. Yeah, I'm doing great in honor guard, but once that's done, I just want to be ignored. Don't give me more attention. Don't expect a lot from me. And then I stopped trying. I stopped going to PT. I stopped socializing. I stopped trying at work. I would talk back sometimes. I was just not in the right headspace. And then this kept up, like I said, throughout our marriage. In college, I was doing very well, but then one class got pretty difficult, and I was going to switch to, I think it was called Global University. And Global University is just some, regular, I don't know what kind of college it is. It's not a legit 4-year college. I went there and I aced all the tests, and they immediately looked at me like, wow, why are you taking these tests? Like, why you could be teaching these classes. Or they mentioned like if I could start teaching these classes or something like that. And that gave me the thought of like, okay, yeah, this is probably not a legit thing. I need to figure out my studies at La Crosse, which I ended up doing. I ended up graduating with honors because I just decided I was going to put in the effort. But I was starting to self-sabotage. Like, it was getting too good for me. Like, I couldn't be a 4-year student. I needed to get this, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a shit degree, but it probably is. So I tried to self-sabotage on that. There was one course where I could have gotten an A, and that would have got me the highest honors, but I didn't feel like I could figure it out. I didn't feel like I was worthy of it, so I didn't do it. And then I barely missed highest honors by like 1 point. Some stupid bullshit. Like, I could have easily done it. I decided I wasn't good enough at it, and instead of trying, I just let it go. But the reason I wanted to make this video today specifically is because I didn't want to make this video. My goal was to hit 30 YouTube videos in 30 days, and I did that. This is day 40, and the results have been, the results have been insane, and it just goes to show that consistency is key, that I do have something to say that people can resonate with. I've heard a lot of guys going through the same situation with the divorce, and so I didn't want to do this video though. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm on day 40. Like, I could take today off. But then that would be self-sabotaging again, because I know what my goals are. I know I don't want to be in Minneapolis. I know I want to help a lot of people. I know that there's work to be done. I can't just be sitting around doing nothing all day, which is what I would have done. So I didn't want to make this video. I didn't know what to make the video on, which is another thing I would have self-sabotaged on in the past, was just, well, it's hard, I'm not going to do it. Or it's not perfect, I'm not going to post it. This is what happened with the interview with my mom the other day. Things were going so well that I was going to try to self-sabotage myself by ending the streak early, because I didn't know that video was going to be, I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I didn't think that the lead-in was very good. I didn't think that I started the interview very well. I didn't think I ended the interview well. So I was just very, very critical of myself, trying to find ways to not post the video. And I was actually very proud of myself that I did post it, because prior to posting it, I had maybe 2 clips in there, and I was just gonna go to bed just saying, fuck it, it's good enough. What's the big deal? No one's gonna watch it anyways. Just trying to self-sabotage myself. I was surprised I even posted it. If I did, I'm sure the streak would have ended, and who knows when the next video I would have made would have been. But I was proud of myself because I took a shower. It was 3 in the morning. I was gonna go to sleep because I had just gotten back from La Crosse, checked on the cleaning business. I was tired, and I didn't want to do it anymore. And I didn't think it was that good anyways, so I was just gonna leave it. Then I'm taking a shower, and I'm realizing, like, this is the same fucking behavior I always do. I always take the easy way out. It's not that much work to just splice together the the video clips you took in lacrosse, like you have the clips. I have a couple more I could have done, but I mean, I didn't probably give my best effort, which is unfortunate. It's very irritating that that's a consistent pattern. But I did post it. I got over that perfectionism, and I'm very happy. There's a lot of positive feedback. I hope that kind of explains how I am. It was very helpful to me to interview my mom. I learned a lot that I never knew, I never asked her about. So I'm very grateful that I did actually do the interview and I posted it. So that's how I've been self-sabotaging lately. I got very close to doing it. I think making these videos has been keeping me much more accountable. Like I said, I'm on like day 20 of eating much healthier. I'm not eating candy bars. I'm not eating pancakes. I'm not eating pizza, which is typically what I would do on the weekends. That's another way I would self-sabotage. Every time I'm doing well with my diet or losing weight, I'll get to a certain level, and then I immediately decide, yeah, I'm doing good. I'm gonna eat Papa John's pizza with that cookie slice thing. And then that triggers me to go to get more pizza the next day and buy candy bars at the grocery store. And then because I haven't had candy, I'm gonna get ice cream too. And I go from being on a very good path towards the weight loss goals that I have to getting back to 185 pounds, not feeling great, bloated, and it's just a vicious cycle. This cycle has been bugging me for fucking 7 years now. I had a goal to be 165 pounds back in 2018 when I lived in Vegas. And I've had this goal every year, and I don't know if I just think I can handle eating garbage food, or it's like, oh, it's not that important of a goal, but I keep writing it down. I keep wanting to hit the goal. I was doing very well. When I was in Mexico, I was on my grind. I was running every day. I was working out every day. I was feeling good. But I don't think my self-image ever caught up. Like, that was too good for me. I shouldn't be that good looking. I shouldn't be that in shape. And then I got back to the States and I just started binge eating, ballooned up to back to 185. And that's where I've been consistently. I'd say I've probably been 185 consistently for 7 years, which is much better than the 230 I was at when I was married. So I am happy with my progress. I am doing a lot of things well, but my self-image of myself is a guy who's at 185, I guess. I haven't been getting past that. So that's how I've been self-sabotaging with my diet. Like I said, this video, I'm just gonna leave it all out there. These are things that I self-sabotage on. I don't know if you guys can relate. This is an accountability post mostly for myself, because I recognize that I keep doing these things, and recognition is one of the key factors in making improvements. I've recognized this in the past. I'm very happy with where I've come from. I feel like I'm a much better man than I was when I was married or after the first divorce. Like, I'm a much better person. I feel much better. I feel more deserving of relationships. I feel more high value. I feel like I have a lot to offer. So this is an accountability post so that I can get even better. If I stop doing these self-sabotaging techniques or whatever, I would be much farther along. I'd have more money, self-sabotage myself in my career. I would get the job as the software developer, and I would try my ass off for like 2 months. And I was doing well. People liked me at work. I felt like I belong. And then it would get too good. I would feel like, oh, maybe I am getting the hang of this. And then I would stop trying to improve at it. I would just coast, start watching YouTube videos. Problems would come up. It's difficult to solve this computer problem. So I wouldn't try. I'd dick around all day, just waiting for enough time to pass before I could ask somebody, hey, how do you do this? That way it looked like I was actually working on it. But I never actually did work on it. I had such low, I guess, self-image of myself being a software developer. I never felt I was good at it. I never felt it was the right path for me. It paid me a lot of money. It was the first job I got out of college, so I stuck with it. Not that I wanted to. Even in school, I didn't try at computer science. I would go to the teacher every Tuesday to get help with the homework. And I didn't even try on the homework. I didn't try to figure it out for myself. I would just tell myself, I'm not good at this. I can't do it. I need to go to the teacher, get some help. And then he would help me with the homework so that I could pass that assignment. Yeah, so I feel like I'm doing much better now. I have my own business that is running pretty well. I'm getting this YouTube channel started, which is going great so far. But I'm noticing this tendency to try to self-sabotage again. Not wanting to post this video, not wanting to edit at night, trying to convince myself that all my good stuff is already out there. I'm never gonna build this channel any more than it is. So why even try? Just take the day off. So I can feel I can feel this self-doubt kicking in. I can feel me wanting to self-sabotage. It's still there. It's still gnawing at me. Other self-sabotaging, I'm just gonna go through all this shit today. I have a problem with alcohol still. I remember specific times when I could feel it in my gut. I'm telling myself, you know what, I'm done drinking. Then, that doesn't kick. I mean, I've been telling myself that for, I don't know, probably forever. I would go to Vegas. I used to work as a promoter, so I could get free tables, which is great. I could have my friends at the tables. It was easy to meet girls. And then I would always tell myself, you know what? My whole goal is to practice social skills. I'm not gonna drink tonight. And that lasted for about a fucking week. And I was looking through my field reports on Evernote, and just, I don't know how many times I wrote, I'm not gonna drink anymore. And I don't know how many times I wrote in there, I had a very good night. I was completely sober. I had a blast. I felt like I was myself. And it just didn't last. I would self-sabotage. Things were going too well for me to keep up with it. I had so many good results being sober that I don't even understand where this self-doubt is coming from. Why do I always self-sabotage? That was Vegas. I got arrested in Mexico. Maybe I'll go over that story one day. But I'm sitting in that cell and I'm seeing rats. There's shit on the walls. There's dogs barking. I thought I was gonna get fed to dogs or some shit. And I'm sitting there by myself in this dirty cell, middle of Mexico. Don't know how to speak Spanish. Don't know when I'm getting released. No one knows I'm there. It's a Friday night, so I don't know if I'm gonna be there for the weekend or if I'm there for the long haul. Like, I don't know what's happening. And I'm telling myself, you know what, John? This is it. You need to stop drinking. You don't need it anymore. There was an old guy ends up coming in next to me later on that night. He's maybe 70, drunk as fuck, can barely stand. And I'm thinking, like, I don't want to be like this guy. I'm done drinking. I'm done with drugs. I'm done with all that shit. And I think that lasted maybe a month, maybe 4 months. I don't know. But it didn't take me long to convince myself that, you know what, I'm doing good. Yeah, maybe I'm doing too good. Let's just have some alcohol. Let's do a little Molly tonight. Like, what's the big deal? Molly will make you happy. It's a fun drug. And then that leads me to, I've already self-sabotaged. So why not the next day just fuck off with my diet? Well, I mean, you're already hungover. What's pizza gonna do? You're already missing your goals. And it's just a vicious cycle. I've been lucky so far this year. I've gone the whole year without drinking. It's not something that I really crave, but I feel it. I thought about it yesterday. I was thinking about it this morning a little bit, like, hey, it's nice out. Why not just have a beer or so? And that's gonna immediately lead me to drinking too much. And then, like, I'm already self-sabotaging with that. So then tomorrow, guarantee you, I would go order pizza which is gonna fuck up my 21 day or 20 day no sugar. It's gonna make me then eat candy, then eat ice cream, then I'm not even close to my weight loss goals. Then I'm letting down my friend Mike, he's treating me as a test client for his fitness program, which has been going great. So then I would sabotage that, and I'm gonna feel guilty about that. And then I'm in this vicious cycle again. So I'm very grateful that I've been able to go out, I'm able to have fun. I feel like I'm getting back to myself of being out, being social, just being friendly, giving value, not worrying so much about what people think of me. I still have that issue. But, yeah, I don't know where but again, it goes back to that Vegas thing. It's been, I guess, 4 months, 5 months that I haven't drank anything. That's not shit for time. There's so many times in the field reports of I was doing great, not drinking. I felt great. I met a girl, I had fun. We went to this event, we did all this. I was completely sober and I felt free. And then there's so many reports after that. Man, I shouldn't have fucking drank last night. I feel like shit. I thought I was done with this. Oh man, I'm never gonna drink again. This is 7 years later. So, I mean, like I said, I'm happy where I have been. I do love that I've learned a lot. I do feel much better as a man. My relationships are better. But it's just gnawing at me. It just clicked with me today, not wanting to shoot this video. I was very tempted to just stay in today, not come up with any ideas, say I'll do it tomorrow, it's gonna be nice out. Today I wanna go to the park. I wanna go do some approaches. I wanna go meet some people. I wanna get back to my social self, which are great goals too, but I don't want to. This channel is important to me. I wanna be able to help you guys. I want to build a community. And if I'm just gonna self-sabotage, like, that's just the start. I mean, I was very close with that mom interview, and if I didn't post that, I don't know where this channel would have gone. I feel like I would have just spiraled down and probably, taken a week off. And then that's a week of people I'm not helping. It's a week of me probably underperforming. So yeah, that's long tangent, but that's how alcohol. Relationships. I still sabotage my relationships. I don't assume that people actually do care about me, I guess. Or I know that they do, but I don't feel that I deserve it. So then I find ways to sabotage it. I keep things from people. I can't express my opinion. I don't bring up topics that are important. I don't have difficult conversations. I find ways to wreck relationships because I get to this level. Johnny's doing great. Women do like him. Women love him. He's feeling good about himself, but it's probably too good. You don't really deserve all that. Like you're still the same kid. Like no one liked you in high school. No one really gave you much attention before. Like, yeah, you're improved. You're attractive now, but do you really deserve all this attention? No. So then, I find ways to fuck it up. Yeah, and I don't know where I'm going with all this. Just wanted to hold myself accountable because I know that I have lived a great life. I have experienced many, many things that I am very grateful for. I have great friends. I do have great people in my life. I do have women that care about me. I don't like that I hurt them because of my self-sabotage. I don't like that I let my friends down with my self-sabotage. I was listening to The Way of the Superior Man, which, if you've never heard of that, fantastic book for learning masculinity and manhood. But it said you should never be mediocre for your friends. Like, they want to be around high-value men too. And when I heard that, I just realized how mediocre I've been to my business partner, Ryan, how mediocre I've been to my family. I don't call them enough. I don't share things with them. I don't contact them enough or find out I didn't know any of this stuff about my mom. I could have learned this shit years ago, but I just didn't know. I was very just being a mediocre son. So yeah, once I heard that, I kind of just realized that I have to put in more effort. There's more I can do. I got to get back on that grind. These videos are helping me. That's why I want to shoot this one today. Yeah, those are the main self-sabotaging points that I have. I don't really know what else I want to discuss today. This is just to hold myself accountable, to show you guys that yes, I am very grateful for where I am, but I still have things to do. I still have things to work on. And just acknowledging all this stuff has helped me. I have acknowledged that if I drink alcohol, I know it's gonna lead to guilt and shame, and then I'm gonna see this report 5 years from now saying the same stupid things. So just wanna make myself aware of it. Same with the coffee. I've been drinking coffee the last 2 weeks, and I'm feeling that same self-sabotage. I know I don't want to really do it because I don't want to get addicted to it. I don't necessarily know how much it helps me, but there's a feeling of maybe you're doing a little too well with, you know, your diet and not drinking and still socializing, but maybe you just need that little extra pick-me-up. Maybe you just need that coffee, even though you know it's addicting, even though you know you don't really like the taste of it, even though you know that it's expensive, even though you know that it's not helping you in any way. It's just, you're just giving in to some sort of craving to give yourself short-term pleasure that's not gonna lead you to your goals. So, commitment to myself, no coffee this week. I'm done with that for the week for sure. I assume if I can go the week, there's really no point to drinking it ever. That's it for this video. I'm gonna go home now. I'm gonna edit this so that I can go out tonight, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. Let's see, I went to the gym, I went to yoga this morning. That was great. Follow me on Instagram. I'll post that in the description. I've been just kind of posting about my day, how I'm living, things I'm doing, stuff like this where I'm holding myself more accountable. And like and subscribe. And it's a great day. It's beautiful out here in Minneapolis. We'll see you later.